And for the first time in years, the WNBA is poised to capture mainstream attention like never before.
$1,000 for a family of 4 to go to a WNBA game.
The season opener, which features Caitlyn Clark's Indiana Fever against Angel Reese's Chicago Sky, is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated matchups in recent history. And it's not just about the players. It's about the future of women's basketball, the expansion of the WNBA's global audience, and the arrival of a new generation of stars who are rewriting the rules of the game. This historic game isn't merely the start of a new season, it's the dawn of a new era.
Get those relative season tickets now?
I mean, we might have to.
Those are pretty expensive.
We'll make sure the Fever gets working on that.
Our salaries.
When Caitlyn Clark takes to the court in the WNBA, it won't just be another game, it will be a cultural event. With her dazzling skills, charisma, and undeniable presence, Clark has already elevated the WNBA to a level of prominence it has never seen before. Last season, the league experienced a dramatic surge in viewership, and a significant portion of that attention was thanks to Clark. Her ability to pull in crowds...
It's like our entire salary to get those. I'm not kidding.
We'll have someone work on that for sure.
We need people to help.
To understand the magnitude of Clark's impact, one only needs to look at the numbers. Ticket sales for games involving Clark are through the roof, with some reports suggesting that prices for courtside seats could reach as high as $2,500 per ticket. This is not just about a single star. It's a reflection of the WNBA's growing stature in the sports world. For the first time, people are willing to pay a premium to watch women's basketball, and Caitlyn Clark is leading the charge. Her journey from college sensation to professional icon represents more than just an athletic accomplishment. It's a symbolic shift in the way women's sports are perceived. Clark's rise to stardom is a testament to the hard work and dedication of generations of female athletes who have fought for recognition.
To day 2 of opening night on Saturday, May 17th. Of course, you guys, we have the Indiana Fever going up against the Chicago Sky.
Thanks to players like her, women's basketball is finally getting the attention it deserves. The buzz surrounding Clark's debut has triggered a ticket price surge that speaks volumes about the growing demand for WNBA games. A family of 4 looking to attend the season opener could expect to spend upwards of $1,000, an eye-watering figure for any sporting event, let alone a women's basketball game. But for those who have been following Clark's journey, the price is worth it. The game is expected to be a spectacle.
There is still this, what I like to think is a manufactured rivalry, because I don't personally think this Angel Reese Caitlyn Clark rivalry is going
a celebration of Clark's arrival in the pros and a preview of what's to come for the WNBA. The matchup against Angel Reese promises to be a showdown of 2 of the league's most dynamic young stars. Clark's shooting ability, her fearless approach to the game, and her leadership will be on full display as she seeks to lead the Indiana Fever to victory. On the other hand, Angel Reese will bring her trademark physicality and tenacity as she looks to establish herself as one of the league's top players. But it's not just the players who are drawing fans in. The WNBA has built a schedule that capitalizes on this rivalry.
To last much longer. I don't think it's great for either one of them, and I think that we saw last season in this Rookie of the Year race that
creating a storyline that will unfold throughout the season. The clash between Clark and Reese, which will take place 5 times over the course of the season, will be the centerpiece of the league's narrative. For the first time in years, the WNBA has the opportunity to create a season that not only captivates fans, but also attracts new viewers who might never have considered watching women's basketball before.
The NBA certainly considers Caitlyn Clark and Angel Reese to be a rivalry. You can tell by the schedule, which features the Sky and Fever playing each other in each team's first respective game.
Caitlyn Clark's transition from college basketball to the WNBA is a defining moment for the sport. Her ability to shoot from anywhere on the court, her playmaking skills, and her clutch performances have made her a household name in the basketball world. But it's not just her on-court abilities that set her apart. It's her impact off the court that has truly set her apart. Clark's presence in the WNBA has already sparked widespread interest in the league.
Next season. And it's one of 5 meetings between the 2 teams in 2025, the most for any squad on the Fever's schedule. And though it'll be a while before
Viewership numbers are breaking records, with regular season viewership growing by 20% in 2023 and a staggering 180% increase anticipated for 2024. The WNBA has always struggled with visibility, but Clark has changed the game. Her star power has propelled the league into the spotlight, attracting a new generation of fans who are eager to watch her compete.
Actually get to see that Fever and Sky showdown. Just seeing that it's coming will probably give some WNBA fans the same bounce Caitlyn Clark had on Barbie night.
Caitlyn Clark's rise to prominence in the world of basketball has been nothing short of meteoric. As one of the most electrifying talents to enter the WNBA in recent years, her influence has transcended the basketball court and reverberated throughout mainstream sports media. Her popularity has sparked significant conversations across social media platforms, where fans and analysts alike are captivated by every move she makes. It's not just the basketball community that is taking notice. Major sports networks and outlets are providing unprecedented coverage of the WNBA.
An opener for the Fever is going to be a rematch with the Chicago Sky and Angel Reese. And I did actually give the WNBA credit for this. At least they had the wherewithal.
Something that was once reserved for more established men's leagues. This surge in attention has significantly raised the profile of the entire league, highlighting the immense power a transcendent player can wield in changing the trajectory of a sport's future.
Right up in the season openers. And yeah, I would have put it there too, because the ratings for those games were berserk last year.
As the 2025 WNBA season approaches, one thing is clear. Caitlyn Clark is not only a rising star, but a key catalyst in the evolution of women's basketball on the global stage. Arguably, one of the most anticipated storylines heading into the 2025 WNBA season is the rekindling of the fierce rivalry between Caitlyn Clark and Angel Reese. Their college encounters were nothing short of thrilling, with both players showcasing their extraordinary talent in high-stakes matchups that captivated basketball fans across the country. These two stars, each representing different playing styles and strengths,
trying to do whatever it takes to win, and every single night, my teammates rely on my energy. So being able to continue the energy, even if we're down, even if we're up, that's what I do.
Became household names during their time in college. And now, as they take their game to the professional level, they are poised to elevate their rivalry to new heights. What makes this rivalry so compelling is the sharp contrast in how Clark and Reese approach the game. Clark is a dynamic sharpshooter, known for her ability to score from anywhere on the court. Whether she's pulling up from deep three-point range, hitting contested jumpers, or driving through traffic to make plays, her versatility and finesse are unrivaled. Reese, by contrast, is a dominant presence in the paint. With her physicality, strength, and relentless rebounding.
But this year, it was just different. It was like, 15 or 20 beautiful females really doing their thing.
She can impose her will on the court like few others in the league. Her ability to control the boards and finish through contact makes her a force to be reckoned with in the low post.
The first time that I said, you know what, I'm more interested in the women playing than the men.
This contrast in playing styles will make their matchups even more intriguing as they fight not only for personal accolades, but also for supremacy within the WNBA. Both players have the potential to be the face of the league, and with each game, they will be under intense scrutiny as they battle to prove who deserves that title. The stakes are high, and both Clark and Reese understand the weight of this rivalry.
A lot of people felt this way. And when you talk to women basketball players, they said, listen, we've been playing great basketball for a very long time. What do you think happened this year?
Their professional debut against each other is likely to be the most watched game of the season, as fans, analysts, and media outlets eagerly anticipate how this rivalry will unfold. As the 2025 season gets underway, one of the first high-profile matchups will take place between the Indiana Fever, led by Caitlyn Clark, and the Chicago Sky, featuring Reese. The outcome of this game will set the tone for the entire season, not just for the two players, but for their respective teams.
Very different this year, and I'm trying to figure out exactly why that is. Do you think it was Caitlyn Clark? Do you think it was Angel Reese? What do you think it was?
As they square off, it will be more than just a contest of skills. It will be a battle for the future of the WNBA. Caitlyn Clark's transition to the WNBA will be guided by a coach who is well equipped to nurture her talents and help her adapt to the professional game. Stephanie White. White's return to the Indiana Fever is a pivotal moment for the franchise as she brings her extensive experience, strategic mind, and leadership abilities to a team in transition.
Last year between Caitlyn Clark and Angel Reese, it was talked about and would have liked to see that rematch in time, but Caitlyn Clark is a special player.
A former coach of the Fever who led them to the WNBA Finals in 2015, White's presence on the sidelines brings a level of stability and championship pedigree that will be crucial as the Fever aim to build around Clark. Under White's leadership, the Fever have the potential to become one of the most competitive teams in the league.
A lot of times she takes those ill-advised shots that me and Chuck don't like, but they go in. Not only do they go in consistently. And the way she plays the game, she's the true definition of a great player.
Her coaching philosophy, which emphasizes both offensive fluidity and defensive discipline, is a perfect match for a player like Clark, who thrives in an up-tempo, high-scoring environment. White's ability to develop young talent will be a significant asset to Clark's growth as a player, and it will be exciting to see how the two work together to take the team to new heights.
And talking about Angel Reese's podcast, where once again they're talking about Caitlyn Clark.
The Fever are undergoing a roster overhaul, with several new players being added to complement Clark's unique skill set. As the season progresses, it will be fascinating to watch how the team gels and develops chemistry. The opening game against the Chicago Sky will be a critical moment for the Fever, as it will provide fans and analysts with a glimpse into the team's potential and the new era under White's leadership.
And at this point, the grift is real. We're living, $96,000 a year rent. Caitlyn Clark is literally...
Caitlyn Clark's arrival in the WNBA couldn't have come at a better time for the league, which is poised to enter a new era of growth and prominence. With the attention Clark has already garnered, the WNBA has an opportunity to build on the momentum created by her popularity and further solidify its place in the American sports landscape. The buzz surrounding the season opener is only the beginning, and as Clark continues to make waves, it's likely that the WNBA will see a surge in viewership and engagement from both casual fans and basketball enthusiasts.
Early paying Angel Reese's rent at this point. Let's be honest. She ought to just give her a commission check, 3-4% should go to her all the time.
Clark's impact, however, is not confined to just her performance on the court. As a cultural icon, she has become a symbol for the growth of women's sports as a whole. Her success and visibility serve as a beacon for young athletes who aspire to follow in her footsteps. She has already paved the way for increased opportunities for female athletes, demonstrating that women's sports are worthy of the same recognition, support, and investment as their male counterparts. Through her social media presence and media appearances,
not just the offers that she's getting from multiple avenues, but the momentum that women's basketball has got.
Clark has helped shift the narrative around women's athletics, showing that women's sports are not just an afterthought, but an essential part of the sporting world. The WNBA's decision to center the season opener around Caitlyn Clark's debut is a smart move that capitalizes on her star power. It's a statement that the league recognizes the potential of its young stars to drive its future, and that it is committed to building a more prominent and sustainable presence in the sports world.
It's a hell of a lot better than Angel Reese. Nobody ever said Ben Wallace could...
With Clark leading the charge, the WNBA has an opportunity to position itself as a true mainstream force, attracting new fans and sponsors while continuing to develop the talent that will define the next generation of women's basketball. As the 2025 WNBA season approaches, it's clear that Caitlyn Clark represents the future of the league. Her influence will be felt for years to come, not just through her individual performances, but through the ripple effect she will have on the growth of women's sports.
Give Michael Jordan a run for his money. Hey, she grabbing all the boards in the world. Hey, the double-double princess, whatever she got. And she got a podcast now, and she got a Reese's Pieces deal.
With each game, she continues to push the boundaries of what is possible, inspiring a new generation of fans and athletes who will look to emulate her success. For fans of basketball, both in the WNBA and beyond, this is an exciting time. The 2025 season promises to be one of the most thrilling in recent memory, with Clark and Reese leading the charge for what could become one of the greatest rivalries in sports history. This is more than just a season, it's a movement. As Caitlyn Clark embarks on her professional career, it marks the beginning of a new chapter in the world of women's basketball. And the WNBA is poised to be at the forefront of this revolution. Fans everywhere should be ready for a season that will define the future of the league for years to come.